Hey, so this video is for people who want to play guitar, and I had a couple people ask me, how can I just play? I just want to play some songs, and I don't really want to learn all the, fingering out. So I'm going to make a video and make it so anybody can play immediately and sound decent. Couple techniques, okay? So bear with me because I'm really not good at explaining it. However, this guitar is tuned to standard tuning. Standard tuning, that you probably should know, is A, E, D, G, B, E. 6 strings. A, E, D, G, B, E. The top and bottom are the same. They're both E's. E, A, D, G, B, E. Okay. Well, if you tune differently, it won't, to an open chord, it will sound good when you just strum them open. Open means no fingering. So that's standard tuning. You can't really, so you have to, it's made to chord, and everybody learns those chords, and I'm a proponent for that, learning those chords. However, you can tune it, and I have a guitar over here that I tune differently. You can tune it with one of these little cheap tuners. I have this one that clips on the headstock of the guitar, and it works off vibration. It's cheap, but whatever. Get a guitar tuner and tune it. So instead of your top and bottom being E's, just tune them both to D's. Right? And then the next two together are both A's. And then the middle two are different, right? So you have D's here and you have D here. Right? On your 1, 2, 3, 4 string is also a D. You always count from the bottom up. 1, 2, 3, 4 is a D, and 1, 2, 3 is an F sharp. And the reason behind that is that's what makes up a chord. There's pretty much 3 notes and a D, and that's D, F sharp, A. So you're basically tuning this to an open D. So it sounds like a D chord. Not fingering anything. That opens up to a whole bunch of scenarios. This nut right here is what you're going to use as a chord configuration. So if you slide that nut down with your finger and bar it, it changes it to a different chord. In this case, that's a G. So you have a D and a G. D, open. And if you slide it down again, it's a whole step. Whole step means 2 frets. You always fret in between the wire. If you fret on the wire, it's going to sound crappy. The only time you fret on the wire is with a slide. And when you do open D, slide works well, by the way. So you fret in between the wires on the first dot, and that's going to give you a G. On the next dot, it's going to give you an A, and you can pretty much put it anywhere on the whole fretboard. You can put this bar, and it makes a chord. Knowing what chord it is, is simply, there's only 7 notes in music, right? A to G, and then it starts over. So it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then it starts over, A, B, C, and there's sharps and flats in between, right? And there's a couple of half steps you got to know to really count them. There's a half step between B and C, and there's a half step between E and F. But once you know that, you can figure out what chord you're on simply by counting on each string. That's probably something you don't need to know, though, right? So we're talking about things you need to know. Tune to open D, and then explore with the bar chord, and then there's a couple little fingering things that you can do. Some of them just sound wrong. You don't even have to know what they are, but if you're strumming that open D and you just fret one note, wow, man, it's like I'm playing one note. Right, and they're all over, right? They're all one notes. I'm using the 5th string. I'm not on the bottom 6. I'm on this 5th string, and I'm just finding fingering that works good with that open. See, that one sounded bad, right? So it's not that one. Go up one. And you find ones that work, and they're on every string, right? This one works really well with open D, and it's a pattern, and close and open one string, close, open the next string. This one is on the first fret, so, and the rest of them are on the second, so it's, I don't do the bottom string, bottom being up here, top being up here, right, because of the octave, but this open, one, open, so just knowing that pattern, bottom two strings and this one offset and the next ones are here. So I guess you can do the bottom one, I don't know. So knowing that, you can do a open. You can hang on any of them. Just a single note, that's all I'm doing. Then you go to that chord change. Again, those are single notes. I'm going on the 12th fret, which is the double dot right there, right? Right? That's kind of sounds nice, right? I don't know, I'm experimenting with it, but there's notes all over that sound good, just single notes on all the strings. You can just find them. Boy, you can do a lot, especially with this chord changing, right? You can do Can't You See, those simple three chord things. Like, what's Can't You See? That's I have to think about it. Gonna take a freight train down at the station. I don't care where it goes. I'm gonna climb a mountain, the highest mountain. Gonna jump off, and nobody gonna know. Can't you see? Lord, can't you see what that woman, she been doing to me? Play around with it. I mean, listen, get your fingers moving, and then you can start working on standard tuning. But I mean, I love it when someone picks up a guitar. You have one around, laying around the house, tune it to open D, and you can just mess around with it and use your bar finger and find chords. All right, hope this helps. Somebody asked me, and I thought, you know, that's a cool experiment. I don't use open D tuning. However, I got to tell you, it works really well. One last thing, with a slide, and you can use a cigarette lighter. You can use just about anything laying around the house, and you can. Because you have that bar changes chords, when you slide this, it changes chords. The only difference, this has to be over the fret wire, not in between like you're chording, right? It's over the fret wire, and you want to drag a finger behind it so you don't get this whale call kind of stuff. If you drag a finger very lightly behind it, it keeps the buzzing down. But you can do a ton of stuff with slide. I don't do much with it. I mess around with it in open tuning. But anyway, I hope that helps some of you guys, man. Get musical, man. Make shit up. All right, peace.